Do you have any idea how much of an impact you can make in a single moment? Now, I want to take you back to a story from my childhood. And when I was 12 years old, I was attending my final summer camp as a participant. Because, 12 years old is right around that time when it becomes a little bit too cool to be going to summer camp. So I was attending my final summer camp. And to be honest with you, I don't remember a whole lot about that week. I don't remember the other kids in the program. I don't remember a lot of the activities that we did that week. But I remember having a really cool connection with my program leader. A couple months later, I received a letter in the mail. And that letter was an invitation to join the youth leadership program that was offered by the YMCA that I took my final summer camp at. Now, I didn't end up joining that youth leadership program, but for the first time, I had this thought that maybe I wanted to work with kids. Maybe working in a summer camp environment was something that excited me, that I'd be interested in doing. So the next summer, I ended up volunteering in a summer camp with the City of Calgary. 2 summers after that, I ended up getting my first job as a 15-year-old working at a summer camp. 17 years later, I have had the opportunity to work and hopefully have a positive impact on tens of thousands of children and hundreds of people that work with kids, whether they be teachers or recreation leaders or fitness professionals. Now, I'm not telling you this to brag. That's not what this video is about. But what I want you to imagine is think back to that summer camp leader that I had who maybe their supervisor just said, hey, you need to submit this many names because we want to send out these invitations for this youth leadership program. Maybe every single person in my group got the same letter I did. But regardless, that moment where that leader, that facility sent me that letter triggered this series of events where I had the opportunity to play a role in the lives of tens of thousands of people. And that's a singular moment that I'm sure that leader that I had doesn't remember. I'm sure they don't remember me. I'm sure that, I was no different than any of the other kids that they sent those letters to. But that single moment stemmed a really, really cool change that brought about so much opportunity to make a difference for me. Now, as teachers, I think that too often we get caught up in our day-to-day that we forget to think about the power of these singular moments that we have. And we forget that every single one of these interactions that we have can have a profound impact on the students that we work with. I know how daunting this can feel. The idea that in a single moment that we can change the life of one of our students in ways we can't even imagine can be a really, really daunting idea. But I've got good news. There's a way that we can make sure that whether we're having a good day or a great day, a bad day or a really off day, that we can make sure that we are still able to leave the most positive impression that we can in those single moment interactions with our students. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think back to when you were in teacher college or high school or your undergrad or whatever it was that you decided to become a teacher. And I want you to write down that why you want to be a teacher. What is your purpose? What is it about the art of teaching that calls you? And you're going to write it down. You can either write it with a whiteboard marker on your bathroom mirror or on a post-it note placed on the dashboard of your car, somewhere that you are going to see it every single day. And I want you to look at it before you go to work to remind yourself of what that is. And when you get home from work, I want you to look at it again. And no matter whether you felt it was a great day, or you were having a bad day or an off day, I want you to look at that and remind yourself that whatever kind of day you were having, that your actions, the choices that you made, the interactions that you had with your students made you proud. That the person who imagined that purpose, the person in Teachers College, in high school, in undergrad that wrote down that purpose, they would look at that and they would look at what you did today and they would be proud of you and the actions that you took. Because as long as your actions align with that purpose, that drive, that passion that you have that made you become a teacher, that's how you're going to be able to ensure that you are having a positive, lasting impact on the lives of all of the students that you get to work with.